Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars. We're located just down the street from all the shiny lights on the strip here in Las Vegas. You come here on vacation and you want to come see some cool cars, please do. Folks, I'm in one of the rarest cars ever made. It is extremely special. This is the 1997 Formula Firehawk LT4. They only made 29 of these cars, and this car is number 22. Before a whole bunch of questions have been asked, I have confirmed it with pretty much the people that have been surrounding themselves with these automobiles their entire life, or I'm sorry, since the 90s. So I'm going to leave this paperwork right here so I can get it out and show it to you in just a couple minutes. Yeah, you don't have to wonder or question this car, and is the LT4 really supposed to be in here and all that kind of stuff. So let's just move on from all that right now. I have all the birth certificates. I have all the paperwork signed by the Hamburgers and SLP. And I won't throw any names around, but it's been a very, very, very cool last week and a half. I had a gentleman here who owns 2 of the 29 LT4 Firehawks. And I had another friend here that knows more about these cars pretty much than all of us. So it was pretty cool. And these guys know, people that write books about these cars and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to throw any names around, but I just wanted to share that with you. So I'm your living, breathing condition report here at Celebrity Cars. I'm the guy that goes over scratches and nicks and chips and all that kind of stuff, because this car has almost, I think it's almost right on the nose at 34,000 miles, original miles. No, none of this car has been painted. And it does have itty bitty little flaws to it, but look at this car. Quincy, if you could please continue to work your way around the back, get down low, show them inside the barrels of the wheels, and then we'll get down into details in just a couple minutes. So I love these cars, folks. I know a lot about these cars as well. And I happen to be a WS6 Formula Firebird fan, and I have a small collection of those. And this one just doesn't fit in my collection. So therefore, for the first time, if you're still listening, folks, if you go on to Mecum or Barrett Jackson or Auto Trader or bring a trailer, that'd be pretty funny. But if you go on to any of these websites and go to evaluate, like we all do, like, well, what did the last one sell for? None of them have sold. None of them have sold in the mass market, internet-wise, since the internet came out, that you can look back and see how much it's sold for. Maybe a little Auto Trader clip that went 10, 15 years ago, but not that these cars haven't exchanged hands, but they've pretty much done it via collector status or via collection of collection, or the deal being done in your driveway. But as far as evaluating how much these cars really are, really boils down to the condition. And I'm your living, breathing condition report here at Celebrity Cars. All these cars behind you, I have gotten down on the ground and touched underneath and put up on a lift and ran my hand around the rims to see if there's any curb rash. And I've stared at the seats to make sure I didn't see any splits and all that kind of stuff. So I pay attention to those things here at Celebrity Cars in case you live on the other side of the planet and you really like one of our cars and you want to take it home. So I get a little closer. The Quincy, very nice cameraman, follows me around, and he makes sure he gets all the things on film that you can't see at home. Because yeah, I could say, folks, this is beautiful, there's barely a nick on it, and sell it. But that's not how it goes. It's not how I would want to sell one of these cars, and I like to do it in a unique fashion that you all understand. Okay, folks, for the last 25, 26, 27 years, this car has been taken out and cruised around. This has not been a garage queen. This has not sat inside a collection, and it has been driven, hence the miles on it. So because it's been driven, it's going to have just a little bit of wear on it, all right? So let's point out those things. That's what I'm here for. From here all the way down, all the way around the bottom, in these inlets right here, I should have a rag, but I don't. Because anything you see in some of these little cavities here, well, that's not particularly true. Well, that is. Yeah, I've already studied these. These are just little dust bunnies from driving down the road. All down here is just about perfect. Here, unfortunately, and that's just a little goop as well. From right here to right here, kind of looks like somebody pulled a hair out of your head, done it, and laid it down on the car. Well, unfortunately, that's either a crack or a scratch, but I'll just call it a crack, okay? Can I put my fingernail in it? Very lightly I can, yes. This is plastic composite up front here. I'm just showing this kind of sort of for the newbie and explaining for the newbie that, you know, unless you don't drive these at all, and being black, well, you're going to have a little bit of road wear. So this is number one. And number two are pretty much this one and this one. Are there others? They're so minor. And on film and the fancy camera, you can probably see them a lot better. But this is just normal wear. It's normal wear around the nostrils. It's normal wear up on the hood. There are really no watermarks to speak of. There's barely any scratches. If any scratches, actually, there are no scratches. This is a scratch. Well, I was talking on the hood. This is a scratch, folks. The one up front on the nose there, that's a scratch. The little chip or the little two marks, they're just little marks, just normal driving. This, unfortunately, is a scratch from here to here on top of this fender. So only right there. The rest of this hood, if there's any little mark on it, it's just one of those clear coat ones that can easily be polished out. Please, Quincy, if you could go to the front of the car real quick so we can finish the nose of the car. I'd like to show you the headlights and their operation, and they both work well. Their high beams are in good shape. And the motors, to be honest, we had just recently had the gears changed. Okay, so they're brass gears in there now instead of the plastic ones, and you won't hear any motor humming or afterwards. So we got that taken care of. Hi, sorry. Okay, working our way down the driver's side. Folks, this is where things just get, you know, just beautiful. These wheels, no curb rash. Original SLP Firehawk wheels in just perfect condition. Quincy, if you could hone in slowly on the barrels of these wheels. Folks, I had the detailers go out of their mind on these wheels to get these, to just make this look like a true show car. And last week, or 2 weeks ago, it was up at Las Vegas Motor Speedway on display right outside of the entrance of Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400. And that was a real ball. All the people attracted to this car. It was really awesome. I have videos and pictures of it. It's very cool. Okay, all of this is this has never been lifted in properly down here. This lines up just as good as you can get it to line up. It might look like a slight bump right there, but it's just really not. We know how these really pop out when they've been lifted up improperly. So I've got nothing to say about down there. And the other side looks really nice as well. Okay, now as we work our way down the door, there's a real small mark right there. And then let's go down to the door handle. This looks like another piece of hair has been laid right here, a really short piece of hair. So that's there. I believe there's a slight mark right there. And around the door handle looks superb. All of this looks great down here, all the way down to the ground. And this is in beautiful, beautiful shape all the way down here as well. Very small marks. Folks, this is black. So, you know, if I'd really like to see one of these that are absolutely perfect, which I bet that's not possible anymore. Super small, super small, super small. I'm being very, very picky. Okay, moving on. This rear wheel and tire, I have a slight little rub right here on this wheel. Barely any damage whatsoever. I just wanted to point it out. And the rest of it's flawless. The chrome is in beautiful shape, and once again, the barrel is just as nice. All inside here, all these wheel cavities shine just like the rest of the car. And I'll tell you right now, this car has never been abused, because I've seen underneath it, and I know where rubber likes to build up, and so on and so forth. So this has all been taken care of very, very nicely. All right. Now, this is your only piece of metal on the car, and there's no dings here. Inside the gas cap, looks absolutely terrific. All down here, all this looks wonderful. Reflector looks good. Get around to the back of the car here. These taillights are in super shape. This centerpiece back here has a little bit of a fog going on. It's very light. You can only see it in the sun and just vaguely in here. But the taillights are both in absolutely excellent condition. There's no water drip down in here. There's no leftover humidity residue or condensation, because this car has even barely been washed. This whole back sill of the bumper is in fabulous shape. There's just a small little mark right there. I'm being very picky. All down underneath here is all in perfect shape. This is never backed into anything. There's no touch-up paint back here. There's no touch-up paint on this car at all. So it is what it is. Got your 330 horsepower logo back here. You only got with the LT4. There's your Firehawk emblem back here. The top of this trunk is perfect. Although, welcome to dusty Las Vegas.
Right here.
Stand right here. I'm standing right here.
Do you see that line on the bumper?
Oh, I do. I see that. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Quincy. I can't get my fingernail on that. That's probably just from cleaning, and that could be, thanks for pointing that out. That could be buffed out. This little itty blip right here, I believe, can be buffed out too, because although I can't wipe it off with my finger, I don't like touching this car with my fingers a whole lot. But thank you. I know that would get taken out. This whole rear trunk here is just absolutely beautiful. There's this small little mark right there. It is very hard to see. The rear glass is in perfect shape. Just dust is killing me this week. All right, moving on back here. All of this is in gorgeous shape. There's no chips chipped away in the paint back here from crazy burnouts or anything like that. This is all one big solid piece of black. All of this is great. No dings over here on this side either. And my rear passenger side wheel and tire doesn't have any curb rash on it and looks beautiful. Oh, and by the way, I always seem to forget this. These tires are pretty much new as well. Are they pretty much new? No, these tires are new. Only a couple hundred miles on these tires. Okay, all on here, beautiful shape, beautiful shape. All this is good. All this is good. Really small little chip down there where my thumb is. And two really light ones right there, another light one right there. All this is good. There's a small, nope, that's just wax. Okay, and this is a small chip here, right above the Firehawk right there. Okay. Seems to be a very, very light one there, and there that could be able to be detailed out. They're super light. Up here to the side mirror. Geez, that looks great. Very, very minor stuff on there. I'm not going to pick that apart. And that's some crud. That's gone. This is beautiful. And our final wheel and tire, no curb rash. And the barrel needs to be wiped down just a little bit, but it is just as shiny as all the others. Okay. Coming back up here to the hood, let's look at it over here, and yep, we're all in good shape. The windshield has, every once in a while, I'll see a little itty bitty, oh, that's crud. Yeah, that's just some crud that I'll get off of there. Every once in a while, I think the total windshield chips, yeah, that's just some little crud too. Okay, I'm gonna have to get that off. I don't know what that was. Little itty bitty blips or something, folks. I'll get that cleaned off of there. But there's barely a mark on this windshield. Another telltale that this car has been very well behaved. There'd be small chips all up front from going a gajillion miles an hour, and same thing on this windshield. So it's all in really fabulous shape. Now, we didn't talk about this roof. This is a 1997, so you won't find any of the 1998 through 2002 bubbles up here. This is right before they put the incorrect glue that started to eat through the roof. So if you've got a 98-02 at home, you wonder what the heck's going on. It's the glue from underneath that's showing back up. So this top is fabulous. It's perfect. No blips, no blumps, incredible reflections, just in beautiful, beautiful shape. Okay, let's look at the interior here quick. My driver's side, I've got no cracks in the door panels. All of this is in wonderful, wonderful shape. It's all together. It all looks beautiful. I believe a speaker or two has been replaced in here, from what I understand, but you know, kind of who cares? This whole sill right here is in great shape, just needs a little bit of polish. There's a very, very, oh, look at that. That one little mark that I thought was a good mark just kind of scraped off. All of this is in fabulous shape. In the door jamb, you can tell this has never been taken apart, put back together again. I do understand from what I heard that these might be the incorrect Firehawk mats. This car did come with a Firehawk cover and Firehawk mats, but the cover did not make it along with the car this 20 some years later, and neither did the correct Firehawk mats. So, but from what I do understand, they're easy to pick up. Quincy, can you come over my left shoulder, please? I'll move over. This is your wear from getting in and out of the car. Okay, really small poked hole here. This is all very common for these F bodies to have these problems with their leather seats. Nothing. This isn't bad yet. Okay, this is just some wear getting out of the car. All right. There's a small itty bitty mark right there. We find ourselves being very careful getting in and out of the car, and this is normal wear. But you know, it's on an LT4 car, so we've got to be a little more specific about, you know, the condition of things, since you might need this in your collection. Who knows? The carpet is in beautiful shape. There's no weird stains from oil left over, or you know, Cheetos or anything like that. The rear seats have plenty of moisture in them as well. Folks, I'm telling you right now, this interior is beautiful. As far as the condition of things that might go wrong, like you know, the cracks in the doors or cracks in the dashboard, there is none of that. The center console is in here real good. It doesn't wiggle around. The Firehawk emblem on the ashtray. The cigarette lighter is still in here, and so is the plug on top of your the alternative power things. Air conditioning works great. The radio works good. Let's see. If you can see in here, Quincy, if you don't mind, shining up, I'll open the passenger side door if it's easier, and maybe just a little more light. The headliner, ooh, there we go. The headliner is perfect. It's not falling loose or short anywhere, and I'm actually uncomfortable touching it. So are these visors. They have never been replaced. They're the exact same color. The light still works on the driver's, oh no, I'm sorry, there's no lights in these. I don't know what I'm thinking. The mirrors look great. These have barely been touched. They're both still nice and tight. And so you don't have to get anything. There's nothing that really needs to be redone, folks. Maybe you want to find some original Firehawk mats and a Firehawk cover if you want to store it properly at home. But other than that, we're in good shape. Quincy, please come over here and observe these stickers. Here are all of your normal RPO codes. And this is where SLP took over and changed some wheels, and just the added stickers down here. And before I forget, Quincy, if we could walk over to the passenger side. Folks, unfortunately, this sticker is a little difficult to read, but it would show either the car that it's number 148 up here, or that it's car 22. But it's SLP LT4 number, and we can't read the number anymore. But it's got all the rest of the specs on here: the chrome wheels, the torque differential, the Torsen torque differential, the performance, the Hurst performance shifter,
the floor mats and car cover and the cooler package.
So I can read those things. If you also please look inside the door, how all this paint has never been disturbed. It's kept nice and clean. And this has just been a very, very nice car kept in someone's collection and driven occasionally. Quincy, the door jamb over here as well. We saw the driver's side real good, but I wanted everybody to see this section here. And yeah, just the door jambs and the condition of this leather seat over here is, you know, barely been used. Just a slight patina to it, plenty of moisture, and nothing weird going on. And the dashboard looks as good as new, as well as this passenger side door. I'm going to hit this button over here to open the trunk. And we will find a car cover back here, but unfortunately it is not a Firehawk car cover, but there is an additional center console in here that worked its way in somehow, and a couple extra parts, and an extra boot for the shifter and so on and so forth, but that's what we got in here. Everything's super nice and clean and in great shape. Again, we noticed that this speaker has been replaced. We didn't take this apart over here on this side, but everything's in here good. And the plastic pieces back here are all in really, really good shape. All back here, these plastic pieces. A lot of people put stuff in here that doesn't fit, close the roof, and it marks this all the heck up. But carpet's beautiful, nothing's falling apart. And this is a darn nice car. Okay, last but not least, the reason why this car is so collectible and only one of 29. So in case you don't know the scoop, 1996 Corvette came out with the Grand Sport Corvette. They were all blue. They had nice black and white wheels and little red striping and white piping and all that kind of stuff. Very, very pretty cars, and they put the LT4 in those cars. So the next year is when the LS1 came along. And everybody's going, oh my God, this LS1, da, 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 da. So they couldn't wait to get the LS1s in the Corvettes. And then Chevrolet was left with about 100 and change, 150 and change LT4 motors. 109 went in some very select Lucky SS Camaros from 1997, the white ones with the orange stripes, hardtop, 6-speed. And only 29 Pontiac Firebird Formula Firehawks. So there's your Grand Sport motor, rated at 330 horsepower. And since I spent a lot of time in WS6 cars, WS6 Formula cars, I've noticed the suspension change. I noticed the Hurst shifter change. I noticed the heavy-duty clutch change. I notice when I let the clutch out how much faster this car goes. It's really noticeable in just about every aspect of handling, of suspension, and driving. It's not your WS6 Trans Am. It is not your WS6 Formula. This is a completely different bird. And it's if you like to get around corners fast and entertain yourself a little extra, this is about as performance Firebird that you can get through all of them. You know, except for the LS models that had 345 horsepower towards the end in 2002. So, but yes, this is, you're only going to see this 28 more times. There's rumors that one of them, the cars might be gone because of a crash, but I also heard that most of these cars are kept tightly in collections and were purchased right off the get-go in 1997. A lot of people knew what these cars were from the get-go. This is equal to a central office production order Camaro or a very rare Hemi, because they didn't make many of them, or Super Duty Trans Am. It's right along those lines of the best of the best. And this is just an absolutely beautiful shape. Up here, Quincy, if you could please, real quick before we wrap up and I'll close this engine compartment. This is the sticker that SLP got on here, threw on here, stating that this is not the LT1 anymore. This has been changed over to the LT4. And this is where that sticker finally laid. No, Grand Sport does not belong on there, but at some point somebody wanted to address the fact that yes, this did come from a Grand Sport Corvette. So I close the hoods this way so I don't have to touch any of the paint. Okay, we've seen it all. It's in beautiful shape. Leather, incredible rarity. These wheels, very hard to come by. And you don't want to have to call a chrome shop anymore to get curb rash fixed. So that little itty blip on one of them is really nothing. Now, I haven't done it yet. I'll come clean in the next day or so. I'm going to get an undercarriage video of this car so you can see everything underneath it, because that means a lot. That is a very part of the whole collectability status of these cars. So, and then we're going to take it for a ride around the block. All right? So we'll be right back. I hope you enjoy. I meant to show these folks. Sorry, these are the birth certificates for this particular Firehawk. There's your number 148 and coincides with car number 22, Mr. Hamburger and Mr. Ed Hamburger's signature. And I wanted to also share, you can see the photos of these also at celebritycars.com. This is where the car, the first dealership that it came to, its VIN number, and all of the alterations for the Firehawk package and how much it cost back in the day. And then this car came with a really cool article in it as well. But this will also come with the vehicle, so you can check up on it and read all these more facts than I had. So sorry, thanks for letting me throw that in the end of the video. We'll get to the undercarriage and the drive in just a minute. Okay, folks, as promised, we're inside the 1997 LT4 Firehawk. I'll put my key in the ignition. The exact mileage as of right now is still under 34,000, just a couple clicks under 34,000 miles on the odometer. Once again, out here in the sunlight, every body panel all looks the way it did when it came off the showroom floor. There's no major scuffs in here. There's really not even minor ones, and it is beautiful shape. What's that?
Your mic's about to fall off.
Oh, my mic's gonna fall off? That's terrible. Mic is gonna fall off. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, we're running. I'm gonna put the clutch in, park brake down. We've got some road construction going on in certain parts of the area here, and we don't need to go far in this car. Clutch is out, off we go. It's nice when people pull out in front of you and then they realize what they did, but then they go really slow. So don't get out of the way. Okay, well, brakes work good. Driving along works good. All the wheels are in good shape. There's no wobbly wheels, so we're doing good there. Like I said, little construction's got us a little thrown off today. I'm going back into first gear. Clutch out. Back on the brake, I got up to about 50 miles an hour. The brake pedal is super smooth. The rotors were recently replaced in the back, and just because of a little wobble that was going on that I didn't like, and these tires are all in great shape. This is a really, really nice car. Back on the gas. Yeah, I'm gonna point that direction. Forget about me. Still in second gear, letting the clutch out. And right turn signal. Turn signals work good. All the lights work good. Right turn. No weird rattles in this one, folks. No weird rear end noises. No weird engine noises. No suspension issues. And car has just under 34,000 miles on the odometer. You would expect it to act every bit of what this car's acting. Clutch back out. Ooh. We didn't get to go fast. Going up to about 4,000 RPM with each of my shift. And obviously, in no way, shape, or form did I put my foot to the floor, the accelerator. I'm just going for a really nice cruise here. I'm down into second gear. I'm gonna do a really quick U-turn here. Nobody will notice. And I'm back on the gas. Suspension feels awesome. And like I said earlier about the WS6 cars, and the difference is so different. WS6 suspension and all that kind of stuff, and wheels, they get you around the corner a lot nicer than a typical Firebird would. But when you get into the drastic changes of a Firehawk and all their suspension parts and heavy duty clutch and such, and especially with this LT4 car, it is really, really something. So folks, there you have it. The extremely rare 1997, number 22 of 29, LT4 Pontiac Firehawk. I hope you understand what this is, guy on the other side of the camera. And if you have any other calls, give us a call, or any other questions, give us a call here, 702-818-1031, and happy to answer any of your questions. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.